Are you good, bro? Are you good?
Just don't murder, and you're good.
You a cracker. You a cracker. He a cracker. You a cracker.
Only black people are at the point where they will feel sorry for the criminal and the murderer more than the actual person who's not with us anymore.
Deny that.
Stop excusing buffoonery with culture.
It's because white people still see us as their property. Oh yeah, even though we're not in slavery, they still look at us as their property, honey.
It's annoyingly painful to watch.
Don't nobody want to hear about what we do to each other. We talk about what they do to us.
It's interesting to me that so many people have rallied behind a young man that was clearly in the wrong.
White supremacy and how it works.
This is a biased jury and corrupt judge. We all know it.
It's not enough that he gets the death penalty. I started to think, how can we send a message?
So the Carmelo Anthony verdict just came out, and as many were expecting, it was guilty. But like anything, people are somehow making a cut and dry case into some sort of big political divide. So the internet has somehow been in an uproar over this guy being found guilty. So let's check out some of the reactions.
Yeah. I forgot, and the twin brother would have been with him. Fuck it, you see.
They should have both been arrested.
They should both should have been dead. The both brothers. Both of them should have been dead. You ask me.
So this woman apparently thinks that both the brothers should have been murdered, I believe referring to Austin Metcalf, the one who was, and his twin brother who held him in his arms as he died after being stabbed in the heart by Karmelo Anthony. While this case seems to have really no racial implications other than the two people happen to be from different races, many have made it about said race divide.
We gotta tell our kids the truth, that this is a racist ass country. We gotta tell them the truth. Who don't get stop that cool ass shit? Don't nobody want to hear about what we do to each other. We talking about what they doing to us. White folks kill white folks. Mexicans kill Mexicans. We ain't trying to hear no cool shit today. Go over there with them white folks with that. This is a racist ass country. We're in a racist ass state. This is a racist ass court. There ain't nothing else to talk about.
I'm not exactly sure how one kid stabbing another kid over a dispute of a chair under a tent at a track meet is evidence of this racist ass country, but that is the point being made nonetheless. These are the people that claim to be for peace and unity, mind you. This woman had a rather interesting point.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for words. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
You can't walk away no more. The entire dispute was over him sitting in a tent that he wasn't supposed to be in, and he literally could have walked away but stabbed the kid instead. I mean, if you're looking for what to tell your 5 boys to not get put in jail, don't stab people that ask you to move. Is that crazy? All right, let's see what this young man has to say.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the shit that y'all scared to say about this verdict today. The reason why Austin felt so comfortable putting his hand on Carmelo, even though Carmelo has set a boundary, is because white people still see us as their property. Oh yeah, even though we're not in slavery, they still look at us as their property, honey. The fact that we even want to set up a boundary, to them, that's us having audacity for trying to have bodily autonomy. And we already know Caucasians are curious creatures, so they're gonna test the limit.
He stabbed him. All right, can we get at least one guy that's based, please?
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for words. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. Let me ask you this right now.
Well, for starters, it's very simple. Don't bring a knife to a track meet. It's crazy because she's out here acting like her boys are in danger because a black man or child, whatever, about to be 18, was found guilty for stabbing a white kid through the heart.
Yeah, it's not really that hard to understand, right? Like, this isn't a racial thing. This isn't a, white oppressor thing. This is a guy stabbed and killed another guy, used inordinate response to a perceived threat, and therefore has been found guilty of murder. What's so unreasonable about that?
And killing him. So he was found guilty on murder for stabbing Austin Metcalf through the heart and killing him at a track meet with a knife he was not supposed to have at that track meet. He's acting like, what is she supposed to do about her boys? Ma'am, the biggest threat to your boys is not white people. It's other black boys, other black men. Around 9 out of 10 times a black man is murdered, he's murdered at the hands of another black person. Our criminal justice system is not out here targeting black people. She's overreacting to a situation that she does not need to be reacting to in this way. And it makes her look goofy, uneducated, ignorant, and stupid. It's annoyingly painful to watch. Especially as an athlete, high school, college, you don't bring knives to sporting events. Yeah, can young men get physical? Yes. I was an athlete, been there, done that, but we were never bringing knives around. Even teams I could not stand, I never dreamed about bringing a knife. I guess black parents need to teach their children about things like this because, yeah, you bring a knife to defend yourself, but now you're possibly going to jail for the rest of your life.
Amen. That dude actually gets it. Hey, murder people and maybe you'll go to jail. I mean, it's a crazy concept. I know it's very hard to understand in the big 2026, but I think most people are on that same page.
Only black people are at the point where they will feel sorry for the criminal and the murderer more than the actual person who's not with us anymore. The actual victim, they don't care about. Everyone feels sorry for this little monster. I never felt comfortable around you niggas. That's why I got the hell away from y'all.
I mean, this is the thing. Like, the people who want to surround themselves with crime and violence and chaos are going to do that. And the people who don't want to be surrounded with crime and violence and chaos are going to do everything they can to protect themselves from that. That's not prejudice. That's not racism. That's just reality. Tyranny is a lie. Oh, no, that's not tyranny. Global warming is a lie. Okay.
You heard what I said, cracker. Neanderthal, I don't give a fuck what you say. Fuck you, cracker. Fuck you, cracker. Fuck you, cracker.
We gotta get out of the road.
Let's get out of the road, please. Get out of the road, please. You still a cracker. You still a cracker. You a cracker, motherfucker. You a cracker. You a cracker. He a cracker. You a cracker. You a cracker. You ain't gonna get me, cracker. They've been trying to get me, cracker. You ain't gonna get me, cracker.
It's crazy how the people who claim to be against racism and racial segregation always are the first ones to initiate racism and racial segregation, isn't it? Let's see what this guy got to say.
Listen up. We might as well talk about the elephant in the room stomping around. Half the nation already knew what where that shit was going to land. The other half was still deep in naive fairy tale land. But I'm not about to talk about the outcome.
Naive fairy tale land is a good way of putting it, honestly.
I'm zeroed in on the reaction. That crowd footage outside the courthouse that everybody saw. You got one man standing there composed, actually representing the country. And right in front of him, black dude in a do-rag, jumping up and down like a fucking kangaroo on bath salts, acting a straight fool for the cameras in the crowd. Then you got sis in back of the dude in the kente cloth, grinding behind him like it's fucking Mardi Gras in the middle of a serious moment. Weird ass vibes, and that's putting it mildly. And then what happens immediately after? Fight. Arrest. This is exactly why I don't nobody want to fucking be around that kind of energy. Y'all know how to act when the lights are on. And the thing is, Austin's own fucking family came out and said that this shit was not about race. Straight up. Not about race. What y'all do? Y'all turned it into a full-blown racial circus anyway. Full clown mode activated. Hollering, grinding, making it about race when the family specifically, explicitly said that it wasn't. So why is it that every time that we try to have a simple civil conversation about anything, verdict, politics, reality, one side has to always hijack it and turn it into a fucking sideshow? This shit is not a celebration. This shit is embarrassing as hell. This is the reason why folks cross the street, why they lock doors and check out. Civilized conversation? Apparently that's racist now, unless you add the jumping jacks and the fucking ancestral twerk session. God gave us deeper melanin, DNA, biology. He made us who we are. But he didn't sign off on you acting like you got zero fucking home training. You know, some built with dignity and restraint. Others out here proving every low expectation stereotype while screaming, stop stereotyping us. I'm gonna say this shit loud with zero fucking apologies. Grow the fuck up. Stop excusing buffoonery with culture. Real strength is in the quiet dignity when the world watches, not the wild out reaction. And that's the division right there. The rest of us, black, white, whatever, are sick of the circus. Act right or get left behind. Ain't no room
Amen, brother. Dude, this guy is speaking the truth, ain't he?
For debate. This shit burns bridges faster than anything.
I don't know who that guy is, but he was preaching, man. I think this is that footage he was referring to.
The judge as well in this case said it was not a case about race, but you cannot deny that just the facts of the case and what we've seen play out since then and what we're watch happening now is because the defendant.
Useful idiots, man. Useful idiots. All right, this one up towards the top and trending, so be interesting. Let's see what their take is on it. This is the Carter family? Yeah, I think that's what it is, Carter.
Carmelo Anthony found guilty of murder in Texas track meet stabbing.
Of course.
Saw that coming the day we heard the story.
Black folks about to be upset.
Guys, it's really a simple
As most
thing.
of us.
You don't go in other people's areas when you don't go to their school, and you don't stab people with knives.
I think that's the bigger one. I mean, just don't murder and you're good.
So, y'all know it's finna be, man. This might be,
George
hopefully,
Floyd.
It's not on George Floyd.
Not that level.
2.0 level. I don't think it's going to be that level.
It's going down that road, though.
But man, what is happening outside that courtroom? Here it is right here.
It's interesting to me that so many people have rallied behind a young man that was clearly in the wrong. Like, we don't have to go into the
clearly in the wrong. That's the thing. It wasn't even like a lot of these cases. You can see the nuance and why it's a debate and, you know, should the laws change or X, Y, or Z? Like, but like, does any of y'all in the audience think that someone, you know, asking you to leave their tent and that is justification for stabbing them through the heart? I don't think so.
Character attacks, we don't have to try to figure out if he's a good or bad kid. We just have to look at, was he right or was he wrong? And he was dead fucking wrong.
Yeah, it's all irrelevant. Like, race is irrelevant. Whether he was a good kid, bad kid, irrelevant. All of it's irrelevant. You know, was Austin a good kid or a bad kid? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Austin could have been the worst, most horrible Junior Klans member, racist, bigoted, black hating, everything. He still was stabbed with almost no provocation. Like, that's not okay. Like, do you understand? We judge the actions in a criminal proceeding. We don't judge based on like who society wants the representation of the person to be. And, oh, will this make black people feel uncomfortable? Like, that's not how justice should be. Justice is supposed to be blind.
Run the clips, but like we said, this just proves again, they can't do that in their own community. When someone's right and someone's wrong, they don't give a damn.
They don't.
The judge as well in this case said it was not a case about race, but you cannot deny that just the facts of the case and what we've seen play out since then and what we're watch happening now is because the defendant is black, the victim is white, and that's the bottom line. But again, this is what I alluded to when I said this has brought out what's bubbling.
Bro, he's not some innocent victim. He stabbed a kid to death. This is why like half the country has a hard time taking people seriously on that side, because it literally doesn't matter what you do, just that you fly the flag. You can kill somebody in cold blood. You can murder somebody speaking in front of college students. You can burn down a small business. It doesn't matter as long as you're flying the right flag. And I don't understand how people don't see the lunacy in that.
I don't have an opinion.
I mean, it's just...
I don't have an opinion here.
Just like Carmelo was doing. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
I don't have. What do you think? What do you think drives more people to extremist ideology and racism? Carmelo Anthony going to jail for stabbing an unarmed white kid that asked him to move, or people acting like this, thinking he should be free, even though he stabbed an unarmed kid to death for asking him to move? Like, this is not like how you calm down extremist ideology.
That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
I don't have an opinion.
Protecting himself from an unarmed kid at a school track meet. Yes, his life was in such danger in that situation. Remind me how many guns Austin Metcalf had pointed at his head. I mean, it's stupid.
Okay, I have something to say regarding the Carmelo Anthony verdict. As Black parents, you have the responsibility to teach your kids white supremacy and how it works. Because I think that as parents, a lot of us just go through life and just do not teach our children that. I am a firm believer of teaching my children how white supremacy works. If you do not understand how white...
Yes, Carmelo went to jail for stabbing an unarmed kid that posed almost no threat to him because of white supremacy, yes.
Supremacy works. You need to listen to... My person that I listen to is Tariq Nasheed, because he's articulate, he's intelligent, and he's smart, and he breaks it down where you can understand it. There are so many Black scholars that can literally break this down. And you need to learn it so you can teach your children.
Ay, man. And this is why we're having radicalization.
We already got the money set aside for appeals, bond.
Because, like, it isn't about truth or common sense anymore. It's just about winning. It's just about winning. Stabs an unarmed kid, no real threat to his life or his safety, at a school event. And we all need to rally behind him, because it doesn't matter if he's right or wrong. The system is rigged, so therefore we must fight everything, even when it's obviously wrong.
Why? All white jury? The judge and the DA are buddies, along with the dad, best friends. That's been our trump card. We've been holding, we already knew that. God has spoken, and you cannot make me believe that as many gray-haired white women on that jury that's dealing with white guilt about going to heaven.
The jury is like white, Hispanic, Asian. They had Black jurors, but then they dismissed him because they said they wouldn't convict him even if he was guilty. So
Carmelo Anthony was just found guilty of murdering Austin Metcalf. This is a biased jury and corrupt judge. We all know it. No, let's go back. That's what Republicans would say if this went the other way.
I just played like 5 reels of the opposite, dude. He's going to pull they always say it's rigged, but we don't.
I'm going to say right here, flat out, that
so
law
stupid.
and order worked. Our court system and judicial system is working. Unlike the other side.
No, you just think that because you white.
He asked, is he okay?
He asked, is he okay, after he stabbed him in the chest with a knife. So, you know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Is he okay? Are you good, bro? Are you good?
It's so nonsensical.
It's not murder.
You know what? Whatever the verdict is, he got justice.
I started to think about what are we going to do about this? People get very angry. You see these people, they're so smug. And you wonder, how can we wipe the smug satisfaction off of their faces when these black people are killing white people? Well, it's obvious. You think about vigilantism. You think we can't have that. We've been deprived of justice. We think the state must intervene with brutal violence. You think this killer needs to be made an example of. This young man who killed a beautiful young white person, who was productive and was going to contribute to society, he should be made an example of by the law. They should give him the death penalty. And then I thought, that's not good enough. It's not enough that he gets the death penalty. I started to think, how can we send a message to these killers? How can we send a message? We need a public execution. And then I thought about it. You have this persistent problem of brutality from blacks, brutal, merciless, senseless violence from adolescent black men. I think there has to be something done about it. Maybe vigilantism, maybe the state. The only answer to these people that do not listen to reason, that do not listen, is to match in an organized way with the state. Because we're not about mob action. We're not about senseless revenge, vengeance. That's not who we are. Those aren't our morals. What we want is justice. We have a state to administer justice. I said, so we should deliver the death penalty in equal measure to the killer. And in order to send that message, we have to do it in public. And then I thought, wait a second, we've just recreated lynchings. We just recreated the same thought process behind the KKK and behind the mob lynchings or executions that we hear so much about in the long history of race relations in the United States. Now, you might say to yourself, and that just goes to show how misguided that thinking is, because we would equate that type of action with moral evil, because we're indoctrinated. That was racism. That was evil. That was the moral stain on America. That was a legacy of slavery and Jim Crow and the Klan. So if you're thinking like this, and it sounds like that, and that is the pinnacle of evil, then this must be wrong. This way of thinking must be misguided if it leads to that place. But me, I don't think in terms of heuristics. I'm a free thinker. I don't think in terms of rules. I don't think in terms of my 7th grade teacher told me this was bad, and therefore it's bad. I flip the thinking on its head, and I think maybe we've thought about it all wrong.
Two young teenage boys get into a little bit of an argument over who should be sitting in whose seat, something that many of us did during our years as teenage boys. And now one person is dead and the other life is lost to prison. Nothing good is going to come of it, but yet everybody is using it as a reason to cause and sow more division and hate. I would hope that most of you agree that someone stabbing someone over a minor disagreement is something that should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. And I would hope that you can also agree that bringing back Klan level lynchings is not a great idea. But for some reason, the common sense take has been pushed out to the fringes, and all we're left with is the madness. Anyway, thank you to my supporters. Thank you to our channel supporters. Channel membership starting at just 99 cents. If you want to help support the channel completely for free, make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you guys for the support, and make sure you're joining the channel if you want to get access to videos early and exclusive emojis. Don't forget, guys, if you're liking the video, you can hype 3 small creators, 3 videos per week. Hype this video. Appreciate it. Love y'all. Let's get back to work, guys. Keep praying. I'll see you in the next one.